How many times have you felt guilty for something you did or didn't do? Guilt is heavy, paralyzing, and keeps you stuck. But what if I told you that you could turn that weight into something powerful? There's a huge difference between guilt and responsibility. Understanding this can be the key to breaking free from the cycle of suffering and finally building a new reality. Today, I'm going to show you how this simple shift in perspective can change your life. But before we dive in, take a deep breath and think. How many times have you beaten yourself up over a past mistake? How many times have you been trapped in guilt without being able to move forward? Now imagine you're carrying a backpack. Inside, there's every mistake you've ever made, every word you wish you hadn't said, every opportunity you let slip away. How heavy is that backpack right now? Pretty heavy, isn't it? The problem is you're still carrying all that weight, even though it's not taking you anywhere. Guilt is like an emotional poison. It makes you relive your mistakes, convinces you that you don't deserve to move on, and keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. Guilt tells you, you made a mistake, therefore you're a bad person. But is that really true? Does one mistake define who you are? Responsibility, on the other hand, is completely different. Responsibility means acknowledging a mistake, learning from it, and taking action to improve. While guilt keeps you frozen in the past, responsibility pushes you toward growth. Responsibility asks, yes, you made a mistake, but what can you do about it now? Let's think about an example. Imagine you hurt someone with harsh words. If you stay stuck in guilt, you'll keep punishing yourself mentally, replaying the situation over and over without ever moving forward. But if you take responsibility, you can apologize, learn from the situation, and change your behavior moving forward. See the difference? Guilt looks backward and makes you suffer. Responsibility looks forward and helps you grow. Another example, imagine you failed at a work project. Guilt will tell you, you're not good enough, you'll never succeed. But responsibility will say, what can you do differently next time to improve? Now that you understand the difference, how do you transform guilt into responsibility? Here are 3 essential steps. Acknowledge the mistake, but don't let it define you. Making mistakes is part of being human, but you are not your mistake. Instead of saying, I'm a terrible person because I messed up, say, I made a mistake, but I can learn from it. The way you talk to yourself changes everything. Pay attention to your thoughts. How do you treat yourself when you make a mistake? Are you harsh, or do you allow yourself to learn and move on? If a friend spoke to you the way your guilt does, would you want them in your life? Ask yourself, what can I do now? If you hurt someone, you can apologize. If you made a bad decision, you can reflect on how to make better choices next time. The focus should be on the present and the future, not the past. If you're feeling guilty about something you can't change, ask yourself, does punishing myself improve this situation in any way? If the answer is no, then why keep carrying that weight? Let go of unnecessary burdens. Some things are simply out of your control. If you've done what you can to fix something but still feel guilty, it's time to let go. Punishing yourself forever won't fix the past. It will only destroy your present. Try this exercise. Write down everything you feel guilty about on a piece of paper. Then, read it out loud and say, I take responsibility for what I can change, and I release what is beyond my control. Then, tear up the paper and throw it away. This symbolic act can help your mind process the idea of moving forward. Guilt pulls you backward. Responsibility pushes you forward. Which one do you choose to carry? If you've made it this far, you've already taken the first step. You've become aware that you need to shift your perspective. Now put it into practice. From now on, whenever you feel guilt, ask yourself, what can I do with this now? That simple shift can change your life. Remember, guilt traps you in the past. Responsibility gives you control over your future. The choice is yours. And if this video resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Here, we talk about how to break free from the past and build a future that is truly worth living. So don't miss the next video. Subscribe and turn on notifications now. See you in the next video.